1887 what he had last year, if everything works out like it's supposed to, if he's on pace for that. So when you look at these numbers as far as $20 million, that's pretty much the market right now. So
Right.
Saquon Barkley at
And just
20.6, and you saying, go ahead, right quick, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just about to answer your points. I'm just really kind of piggybacking off of what you're saying. You think about it, yes, Jonathan Taylor. Think about what he's doing this year. So when he comes up, it's a possibility that he's going to make it around that top two mark, if not being just the highest paid per year, because he's earned it.
Yeah. And Zay, you my guy, man. 20 grand. And all. But Zay, I keep it real, man. And I know he's younger and he's only gonna get better. But do you really want to fall back into that same spot that we were in just a couple years ago with Matt Ryan, Julio, and Deion Jones? Because we headed back in that direction. Why? Because we have key players that we still have to pay. And yeah, you can kick the can down the road with some of the veterans like Jake Matthews, Chris Lindstrom, and those guys, and you still have 4 years left with the rookies. And those should be 4 good years depending on the coaching staff. But $20 million for Bijan, and we haven't even got to Drake London yet. Think about it. We haven't got to Drake London yet. So look, I'm gonna give y'all the wide receivers. Let's go to the wide receivers. Look, wide receiver number one, Jamar Chase, $40.250 million.
Yeah.
Think about that. 40.25 million for one player.
One guy.
And these are the highest paid NFL receivers right now. Justin Jefferson, 35 million. And think about it. Every year that market goes up. Justin Jefferson, 35 million. CeeDee Lamb, 34 million. DK Metcalf, 33 million. Garrett Wilson, who just got paid, 32 and a half, and he's on the IR for the rest of the year. Terry McLaurin at 32.3 million. And AJ Brown, who I just talked about, 32 million. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 30 million. Brandon Ayuk, who's probably not going to get that money, is at 30. Tyreek Hill, who's been paid for 2 or 3 years, is at 30. He was at the top at once. So that lets you know it's going to keep going up. And now I'm going to give y'all Drake London's numbers, and y'all compare them to those guys that I just named in the top 10, and y'all tell me what y'all think he's going to get paid. And here it goes. First year, 72 catches, 866, 4 touchdowns, 69 catches for 905, 2 touchdowns. Now, when he finally gets a quarterback in Kirk Cousins, and yes, I said Kirk Cousins, NFL quarterback, 100 catches, 1,271 yards, 9 touchdowns. Nearly had 10 touchdowns last season. Now you get into this season. He's missed the last 2 games, so this is only 9 games that he's played in. And he's at 60 catches, 810 yards, 6 touchdowns. So he's on pace to have another career year. And you look at the highest paid running backs on the screen right now, he's going to fall somewhere in there. I don't know where, but if I had to guess and take a strong guess at it, I'm going to say he's going to end up in top 5 to top 6 money, which is at about 32 million between AJ Brown and Garrett Wilson, 32 million and 32 and a half. And that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And think about it, man. And I've said this, and y'all might not like this either, but I think I would rather sign George Pickens other than Drake London. And there's no hate against Drake. It's just my preference and what I like, as a receiver. So,
I mean, you think about it. To cater to that point with George Pickens. I mean, him and Drake London have similarities. As far as like 50-50 balls, I feel like it's like 80-20 when it's in the air when Drake is around. Same thing for George Pickens. And you think about it, when CeeDee Lamb missed time, you would think that George Pickens' numbers would have went down, but it didn't. Those guys legit have two number ones over there.
Right.
And they have an inside track to resign him. Like if I'm another team that needs a wide receiver, I'm doing everything that I possibly can to do one or two things: pull him away from Dallas, or make Dallas overpay so they can't pay other players. One out of the two.
Yeah, but the thing with that, if they overpay George Pickens, you got to overpay Drake London, and that's where the problem comes in. That. And my question to y'all in the
That's
chat.
why I set it up like that. That's exactly why I set it up like that.
Yeah, and think about it, bro. If y'all had to choose three cornerstone players that you would pay for the Falcons, who would it be? I know B. John's going to be one, but who would be the other two? Because you got to think too. In a couple of years, Michael Penix do a contract, and that's going to be $50 million. So y'all got to figure out, who y'all going to keep, and y'all can roast me if y'all want to. I don't care. But outside of Bijan Robinson, who's going to be 20 million, maybe more, depending on what his season looks like, and depending on if Jonathan Taylor gets paid first, it's going to be 20 plus million. See, this is why I named this show Nobody's Safe, because you get a new GM who y'all been pressing for, a new head coach. They probably gonna want to move on and build their way. We looking at New England and Mike Vrabel. The two of their top players they traded and cut because they didn't want to pay him. That's Jabril Peppers, Kyle Duggar. I can keep going. They just pretty much cut the whole damn team and traded away who they wanted to trade away. Because think about this, man. When you're trying to build a team that's suitable for you to win football games, you got to have money to put the players on the team. And if you pay all the money to the wrong players, guess what? How you gonna build a winner? This is why we went $80 million in the hole.
Can't build a winner like that.
Julio Jones. Go ahead.
No, I said you can't build a winner like that. There's no way to do it. And you saying about Michael Penix and his contract, and it's so crazy because even after Michael Penix, guess what? Two bookends are coming up right after him.
Yep. So and trust me, you're gonna want to keep those two bookend defensive ends, because when the last time we had that with the Atlanta Falcons as a team? See, you got to learn how to build cornerstones. And see, this is what pissed me off so bad about Myles Garrett with Cleveland. You won and got your 40 million, but what about the rest of the team? Deshaun Watson, another one. You don't want to end up like that. They restructured his contract. It's suitable at 35.9 this year, but next year, $80 million and a dead cap space of 131. So if you even thought about moving on from him, you spending half of your salary, and you're gonna be playing with replacement players for a whole year.
I was just about to say the replacement guys. Oh, my bad.
This is the type thing we deal with as GMs and as fans. When you make the wrong decision, guess what? It come back to bite you. Because think about it. We just really still in that situation. Kirk Cousins got paid $90 million in 2 years. If we wanted to.
And the sad truth, he may get paid again. That's the sad truth.
Yeah, because if he comes back, he's not going to play for $10 million guaranteed. You're going to add another 15 to that.
And that would be a travesty.
But see, this is a tough decision you got to make. And this is why another reason why I say it might be another head coach. Because if you get a new head coach and you can make it through with a bridge quarterback, the front office is going to give you that year with that bridge quarterback and the rest of the team just because they made a mistake. But if they don't bring in a new head coach and you still keep Kirk Cousins and you got to pay him more, then you got to let go of Kyle Pitts because he's going to have guaranteed money if he's tagged. That's 15 to 17 off top.
And I'm not going to lie to you, Smitty. If it's me, I'm letting Kyle go, and I'm keeping Tyler Algier, and I'm going to run my running backs, and I'm going to have that two-headed monster to help my offense no matter who's the quarterback. Bridge quarterback, Michael Penix, Kirk Cousins, no matter who it is. I'm going to make my running game my strength once again fully until my quarterback position is solidified. I feel like that's the most safest thing you can do.
Yeah, and I was just about to go into that, but you beat me to it. Tyler Algier is another example because he had 1,000 yards before Bijan got here. And like I told you, in a Kyle Shanahan type system, any running back can get 1,000 yards, which lets you know a running back can be obsolete in some offenses. As long as you can come in and produce, you don't have to be a big name. So why keep a big contract? Everything comes all the way back around to big contracts. And we just can't do it anymore. And I'm sure Arthur Blank and Rich McKay thinking the same thing. And like I said, Terry Fontenot, good GM, brought us a long way. But how many times have we went to the playoffs in 5 seasons? Even though it wasn't his fault fully, how many times we went to the playoffs?
Hey, bro, we talk about it all the time. It's a results-driven business. It ain't nothing personal. Any Fortune 500 company will ask Terry Fontenot the same thing. But, man, you're a great guy. We love you. But what have you done for our company outside of, yes, getting us out of the red? We're back in the black. We thank you. But outside of that, what do they got?
Right. And O.J. Jones, man, look, I said that a couple of weeks ago. Those two bookends that we got in the draft this year, you can build a cornerstone around both of those guys and build your team around both of those guys. It's nothing wrong with having an identity on defense. Actually, you know, that's something that you could need because if you have a strong run game that can control the clock and a strong defense that can force turnovers and win the field position battle, you won half of the ball games anyway, right there anyway. So, I mean, you don't have to have superstars. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. You don't have to have superstars at every position. You just have to have guys come in that can produce. That's all.
Facts. Because, I mean, you look at it, there are other rosters that are not as talented on paper as the Atlanta Falcons who are winning, who are doing better. I'm just saying, just look at other teams on paper and look at what we have. Again, don't worry about the results. Just look at the talent on paper. There's so many teams that are not better on paper than the Atlanta Falcons, but you see the results. You know?
Yeah.
So.
And think about it, man. I see somebody in the chat saying Kyler Murray. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I said this too. It wouldn't be as bad as idea as y'all think it would be. Because he's averaging right around what quarterbacks are making now. And to be honest, he's being underpaid at $43 million. The top quarterback in the league, Dak Prescott, is $17 million more than that. That's $60 million. So an average of $46 million. I think I wrote with that because think about it. You have to pay pennies. It's gonna be over that in a couple of years. And you know what you get in Kyler Murray. You getting a mobile quarterback with a strong arm that's going to, you know, make plays. Y'all want a scrambling quarterback? That's exactly what you would get. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to.
Beggars can't be choosers, man.
Go ahead.
No, I just would say, beggars can't be choosers, man. I guess. Like, I don't like the idea, but I do feel, I want to let you know, Smitty, bro, I do feel where you're coming from with the Kyler Murrays, with the Shedeur Sanders. I don't want to, have people think I don't understand your points. It's just some things I'm just like, Shedeur, I don't know, man. I honestly, I got to see a little bit more And also, if you're talking about bringing him down here, it's going to definitely have to be a new coach because you don't want to put Shadura with what we have now. Ain't going to be no development.
That's the only reason why we're bringing is because a new coach said, "Hey, I see talent in him. I think I can work with him and do something with him. Make him a NFL caliber quarterback." And he could say the same thing with Mike Penix, or it could be totally the opposite. I mean, Mike Penix may be a good talent, but he won't fit what I'm trying to do. So think about it. If you get an offensive coordinator and a head coach that say, we want a mobile guy, we want a guy with a mobile strong arm, that's Kyler Murray, or we want a pocket passer with a strong arm, that's Mike Penix. But at the same time, Mike Penix had developed enough for a coach to say, hey, I think I can finish developing him and he can be an NFL caliber starting quarterback, maybe an all pro if everything work out like it's supposed to. So these are the simple things that we have to think about, man. Just the simple things. And shout out to my boy Sean. I was just talking about him, man. He said, what's up, fellas? I've been saying this about Terry Fontenot since day one. This will be 6 years since he's been here. Not one playoff appearance. And see, that's the thing, man. It's just results, man. And think about it. And I told y'all, Miss Christie, good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
We don't like Arthur Smith, but at the same time, he did more with less. So you mean to tell me that Raheem Morris is doing less with more? That just adds backwards. That is the main reason why he should be fired. Because if he had a team that we had last year with less talent, 2 years ago with less talent, yeah, we might be 1-15 or 1-16. Because he can motivate people, but at the same time, if y'all look at the game last Sunday, or yesterday, if you look how dejected the players were as they were playing, they gave up. Let's keep it real. They said the hell we checking out. We checking out.
Bad.
You think about it. Go ahead.
No, I just about to say, I hate that. That's all I was just saying, bro. Just because they do. You look at even the most humble guy, Bijan Robinson, has the most dejected look on his face, and he just like guys at the end of the day, no matter how nice or kind or warm-hearted they may make you feel, everybody wants to win. That's why you play the game. Yeah, you play it for fun, but you play it to ultimately win. And when you're not doing that, bro, like, it messes with your psyche. I don't care who you are. We're all human.
Yeah, and the thing about it, man, I tell y'all all the time, players know when they got a good team, man. They know. And to see them go out and underperform the way they underperforming, it just makes absolutely no sense at all. But Sean said, let's keep your eyes on Mike Tomlin. The wheels are starting to fall off in Pittsburgh, and that's true because Aaron Rodgers, he on his last leg, and he probably won't play no more after this year. He's playing with a fractured forearm right now. Say he hasn't won a playoff game in 10 years. I can see them moving on from Mike after the season. I put that on the video I did earlier. When was that? It was about 3 or 4 days ago, and y'all can go check that out. About 3 guys on 680 The Fan, they were actually talking about it. And they talked about Mike Tomlin, Kyle Shanahan, and Matt LaFleur. And I said, Mike Tomlin, if you want structure in your organization, this is the type of guy you bring in. The only thing about it, will the Falcon front office let him build that structure that he know he can build? That is the only thing. See, y'all looking at the glass half full. But until this front office let a coach and GM do their job the way that they need to do it, and like I told y'all, bring in unhinged players. Abe told me himself, you need players, with a little screws loose sometimes. That motivates players. This is why I like George Pickens. This is why. I'm tired of blue-collar players. Go get a dog, man. Aren't y'all tired of seeing players just, do barely enough to get by?
Oh, all the time. And I mean, regardless, they're going to get paid, and we're going to be looking crazy, bro. Regardless,
they get paid. Absolutely no sense, bro. It made absolutely no sense to keep bringing in those type players. Mitch Christian said, but Mars got in his feelings yesterday when he was asked about changing the offense. And see, that's the thing. You can't have friends in this business. Friends get you fired. Go ask Dan Quinn. He brought in Steve Sarkisian as the offensive coordinator when he should have kept Matt LaFleur or not Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur and Mike McDaniels as the offensive coordinator, and Matt Ryan, and that offense keeps clicking. It don't fall off a bit. Let's see, friends get you in trouble like that sometimes. It clouds your judgment. And that's exactly what's happening at this point. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying that's true. I think StreamYard is StreamYard too, man. I think I got like a little lag on my end. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, yeah, sometimes it does that, man.
Yeah,
but that's the thing, man. I just want y'all to understand it's nothing that I don't want the Falcons to win. I'm just being logical here, because when you change regimes, sometimes they want who they want, and that's the end of it. Because think about it. When Mike Smith took over as coach after Jim Moore, I'm pretty sure they said, we need a quarterback, so we're going to go get you a quarterback. They go draft Matt Ryan. And as soon as they found the quarterback that they feel like could guide this team, they start putting players around him immediately. Micah Turner, Turner Gonzalez, drafted Julio Jones, already had Roddy White. And see, that's the thing. The only way you can do that, if you don't have contracts loaded down to just 3 people, you can build on counting teams. But if you have teams already on the players already on the roster that you paying a grip for, how can you make that move? How can you? You just can't. Miss Joy, what's good? And see, like she's saying, clean house. If you want a clean house, you got to clean players too. And that means high paid.
Smitty, I was just about to say, you clean house, you're going to have to, hey, them players going to have to go too.
So them 2 y'all see in the background, y'all talking about cleaning house. Y'all got to sweep one of them out the door too. Because Bijan going to be 20 plus million. Drake London going to be 20 plus million. And I think he's not going to be lower. He might be more than Bijan because of his position.
Say maybe 30 plus. Yep, 30 plus. 30 plus, Smitty. I'm telling
you. So what's it going to be? Y'all going to clean house and try to build this thing with the younger players in James Pierce and Jalen Walker and Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman and AJ Terrell on that defense? Or y'all gonna because think about it, we have no first round pick next year.
And bro, AJ Terrell and Jesse Bates are some of like outside of we're talking about the offensive side, like we're just kind of keeping it simple. But bro, you think about it, we really go into depth, like in real full depth with this. We haven't even touched the defensive side. We ain't talked about Jesse Bates. We ain't talking about possibly AJ Terrell if a new coach hit GM come in. They could be like, hey, AJ was cool, but we can go in a different direction, especially for the money that he's being paid. Then AJ Terrell is gone.
That's what I'm saying. And the thing is, with George Pickens, he's having a damn good year, but this is only going to be his second year with 1,000 yards, if I'm not mistaken. But whatever you pay George, you got to pay Drake. So would you trade Bijan or Drake, try to get their first round pick and get their replacement? Because with Bijan, you're possibly going to get 2 first round picks. With Drake, you could probably get a first and a third. So it just depends on what the asking price is going to be. And like I told y'all, Bijan is a hell of a player, just like Dion was a hell of a player. But at the same time, if another coach and GM come in, they're going to need building blocks. And they have 2 of them. And they're going to say, hey, we can get 2 first-round picks for Bijan. I can bring another running back in and get a 1,000 yards. Because guess what? Say like if there are I think 2 teams in this draft coming up with 2 first-round picks. Say like if Jerry Jones say, "Hey, I give y'all both of these first-round picks for Bijan Robinson," and you have a same type running back in that Notre Dame type running back. That Notre Dame running back that's just like Bijan. He can run, he can catch, he can do the same thing Bijan does. He's younger, and he's going to be on a rookie contract. Just think about that. Same thing with Drake. You have wide this draft in 2026 is wide receiver heavy. What if you can get a first round pick for Drake? Go out and get another receiver that can put up the numbers he can put up. And have him another 4 years while you have those rookies from this year on the rookie deal. And if you bring in another coach, that's what you are dealing with.
Absolutely. Word for word, Smitty.
That's what you're dealing with.
Word for word, brother.
And I'm trying to be logical about it, but y'all just keep seeing the bad side. We can't trade this person. We can't trade that person. Do y'all want to win football games or not?
Right. And remember, bro.
Go ahead.
Remember, bro. Now I wasn't podcasting. You were. You remember how it was around that time with Julio, Matt, Deion Jones, all that stuff like that. You know, some people were on the whole thing like, Julio, you just got paid. What we paying you for again? But you did have a lot of that crowd like, hey, man, you got to pay for the number 1 receiver in the world. Yeah, and we paid for it. And then where did it get us? And where did it get us?
I'm glad you brought that up because if we traded Julio 2-3 years before we did, and we had already drafted Calvin Ridley, we probably wouldn't have fell in no hole. See, you got to make, and that's one thing I love about Fontenot. He makes decisions before they're supposed to come. Because just like this year, next year, he drafted Xavier Watts this year mainly because he probably thinking like me. Jesse Bates probably won't be back next year. Why? He's getting older, and his contract is going to be up. And he's probably going to want more money to stay. And see, but hey, I'm trying to be logical, but hey, y'all ain't ready for that discussion, man. But if y'all got any more questions, drop them in the chat, man. Drop them in the chat.
Oh, man, I just be seeing different things, and I don't know, man. At the end of the day, like, I get what the fan base feels, though. It's just like you got a generational player in Bijan. You got somebody who, you know what I'm saying, definitely can catch the 50-50 balls, definitely a productive receiver in Drake London. And, you know, a guy who I still feel like is similar to Mike Evans, just without the top speed. But, you know, I can't sit up here and say that a new coach, because I see some of you guys in the chat, and I respect the opinion, but also think about it. If a head coach or a GM wants to go into a different direction, and if a new GM comes in and looks at our draft capital, because some GMs do care about pitching when I got to restart something, I need to recoup picks. Okay, yeah, they may keep Bijan. They may do that. But if they keep Bijan, they're not going to keep Drake too. They're going to get rid of Drake and figure out another wide receiver, because wide receivers, they are, I mean, just like running backs, you can find a different one. But at the same time, though, it's just like, come on now. If they want to go in a different direction and gain assets or gain picks, they have assets to recoup those picks. Come on, Quanah. You know?
And when you recouping picks, you got to give up something to recoup them. And I'm telling y'all, and I'm going to be honest, anybody on this team would be I think the only untouchable players to me will probably be those 4 defensive players that I drafted in this year's draft. Anybody else, they gone. Why? Because they have shorter times on their deals. Those rookies have 4 more years left. Well, 3 more years in the first round. They have 4 more years.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that you got to think about, man. Falconator HD, man. Thank you for the donation, my brother. He said, why does Marquise Williams, Zach, Raheem still have a job at this point? It's ridiculous. Laughing stock of the NFL. I'm done. Off the blank. What the hell? And I get his frustration. But see, when you want a year results, you got to make the move to year results. And if it takes losing 1 or 2 of our key players to turn this thing around and turn it into a winning organization, I'm doing it. But I will say this: will the Falcon front office allow it to happen? Because this is the reason why we are in this shit right now. The front office is the reason why we're in this shit right now. But see, Auntie Joy, they ain't ready for that conversation. They ain't ready for it. They ain't ready for it.
See, I mean, we can already tell. We're giving you like a prequel. Well, and I'll just say we already can tell because Smitty, I mean, you've been in here, you know, so giving a prequel. I've been adding a little bit here and there. But we can already see, like, fans don't want to hear that. And I feel them. I love Drake London. I love Bijan Robinson. But it's our job to take our feelings and fandom outside of it and think logically about what somebody else who could give a darn about how we feel about these players. They're going to do what's best for business and what's best for them to try to form this team into their image.
Facts.
So again, we're not saying that anybody is going to do it, but it is a possibility because again, if people get rid of guys like Christian McCaffrey, you know, some Derrick Henry, et cetera, who is Bijan and Drake who are still proving themselves? Who are still on their first deal?
I'm glad you said that because AJ Brown and Derrick Henry was on the same team at one point.
Hello.
So, you know? And Tay, don't get me wrong, my brother. I know the cap go up every year.
Yes.
You be able to sign both. But what you gonna have on the back end of that when you need to add depth to the team?
Mm-hmm. You're not winning a depth problem
right now. We have a depth problem right now.
Amen. That's what I'm saying. You need depth in every professional sport. You need depth to win. You know what I mean? For those who watch basketball, look at OKC and look at their blueprint. They got a couple of guys. You know what I'm saying? But they go through the draft. They build through the young guys. They didn't let any veterans take up the young guys' spot so development could happen. They did it the right way. And look at them now. You know, so.
Exactly. Sean, I had the conversation, man. I talked about Drake London and George Pickens. I had that conversation. And I'm telling y'all, man, it's nothing against Drake. It's just what I like as a fan. What I see in some football players, and I just see that dog in George Pickens that I don't see in Drake. And Drake is a damn good player because when you, like Chris said, when you talk about contested catches, he's one of the best in the league. But when you talk about a guy run after the catch, vertical threat, and he's gonna motivate the team, oh yeah. If you're gonna pay somebody $20 million, you do it to that person. That and person. He throw it off. Exactly. So look, fans do have the power to, you know, help orchestrate change, but at the end of the day, if they want to make dumb decisions, they're gonna make dumb decisions. Because they make it in millions and billions. We making the hundreds and the thousands. So again, he did stay hurt in Carolina, but at the same time, he was one of the highest paid running backs, and they knew if they wanted to rebuild that team, when Dan Morgan got there, first thing he did, he got rid of Shaq Thompson, he got rid of Christian McCaffrey, and who else did he get rid of? Was Brian Burns there?
I think Brian Burns
exactly. Brian Burns. Exactly. So
that's what I'm saying.
The examples are there, man. The examples are there. If you just look around what's going on in the NFL, when these GM want change, they change the players to get the best players in there that they can rebuild with.
I got
And that's what
another
you
one
gotta
for you
do.
too.
Go ahead.
I got another one for you too. Remember when they I remember when the Dolphins they had Laramie Townsend, they had
Yep,
Mike
traded
Mika
him.
Fitzpatrick. They traded
Traded
all of
him.
those guys
But they
when
just
Brian
got Minka
Floyd
back.
came.
They just got Minka
Yeah, they
back.
just got
So,
Mika back though.
yeah,
Still,
but I
what
get what you're
Jarvis
saying.
Landry? Remember Kenyon Drake? Remember he
Yep.
was supposed to be the next guy, and they got rid
Yep.
of him. Now I ain't gonna
Yeah, but
lie, I
see,
don't think Drake was that good. Kenyon Drake, I don't think he was that good, me personally. But he was seen as the guy at that particular time before they brought in new GM, new coach, and they
right.
got rid of all those guys.
Yep. As soon as Brian Flores left, they bust that team up. New GM, new coach. And that's all we saying. Miss Carey, what's good? She
How you
said,
doing?
Smitty and Chris, I'm late. Hope you're doing well despite our Falcons not doing well. Yeah, we doing good, man.
Yeah, we
Uh
doing good.
we just trying to, get the fans to understand that we not always trying to speak negative. Sometimes you just gotta, tell the truth about, change. And that's just like if you're in a relationship. If you break up with somebody, you're gonna take all that baggage with you. You're gonna
Mm-mm.
take whatever the last person gave you with the new person. That's not gonna work.
Nope, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like when you're done, you should be done. I know for me personally, when I had to move on, bro, I left everything. I didn't want nothing except for my peace. But that's just something that happens.
Yeah. Tony Bradley, appreciate the donation, my brother. He said, what do you guys think about hiring Monken as a head coach and Stetson Bennett as a quarterback? Uh Tony, I did a video on that, man, and I actually think it wouldn't be a bad idea because one thing about it, Bennett can be a bridge quarterback. He's not going to be the long term solution. You could use him for a year if you want just a bridge guy. And Monken, they played together. Well, he played up under Monken at Georgia, and they run the
Right.
same wide zone that the Falcons run. So if you have Bijan and you keep Tyler, and you want to say, hey, I can bring in a rookie wide receiver, trade Drake and get a first round pick for him, bring in a rookie, to bring in and give me production, and it could work
But
because
but
one,
you know what I feel like?
go ahead,
No, my bad. I was just gonna say, the one thing that could stop that?
the
Well,
front
two
office.
things. I'll say, well, that's so three things. Your point, the front office. What? Right. Your point, the front office. Then you have also think about Baltimore's front office and think about their head coach situation.
Right.
Is Todd Monken going to first of all want to be a head coach? And if he is, does he want to come to Atlanta to be a head coach?
That's the
Or
thing.
do I stay in this culture that I'm in with Baltimore and possibly, who knows, if John
Take over from
Harbaugh
Harbaugh.
is out the
Yeah.
door, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I talked about it. Tony, you can go check it out, man. I did it a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, you can go check it out, man. Cause trust me, I thought about it, and my boy Sean brought it up before anybody. And I said, man, that's not a bad idea. Because they run the same wide zone that we run, same type thing in Baltimore. Um, he never had a good quarter. Well, I'm not gonna say good quarterback. He never had a 5-star quarterback at Georgia. He won 2 national
Yeah.
titles with Stetson Bennett. And Stetson Bennett, don't get me wrong, he got that dog you
One,
need. He's sort of like a Baker Mayfield when you talk about attitude at the quarterback position. And that's exactly what we need. Attitude. So again, these are type
he
players you
did
need
play
when you
pretty
win
good in
football games.
preseason. He did
Yeah,
play pretty good in preseason, like this past preseason.
facts. Miss Carey said,
Played
why
better than
don't they
Easton
bench?
Stick.
Go ahead. Go ahead, right quick. Go ahead.
I said Blake played better than Easton Stick.
Boy, you pull up with that stick,
Go
throw a
ahead.
pick. Hey, I'm just saying, bro. But Miss Carey, Miss Carey said, why don't they bench Agnew? That's a damn good question, Miss Carey. He's been terrible. I think he's fumbled 4 times this season. I think it's 3 or 4. Special teams has been terrible too. Crazy that special team coordinator still employed. I said that yesterday, Miss Carey. And
Yep.
the thing of pissing me off the most, you got a guy in D. Alford that can return kicks, and you bench a healthy scratch because Derek Hard yesterday. Think
Uh-huh.
about that.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm wondering if because Kadira Hodge is like one of our best special team players. So I'm wondering if
Exactly.
that had something to do with. I'm wondering if that had something to do with some kind of discipline, or they felt like he was underperforming or something like that. Just and I say that because I go back to something that Raheem said about we bench players, we discipline players. He's like you guys may not see it or know about it, but we do discipline players, and if they're not performing, so we'll bench them, we'll empty scratch them, all that stuff like that. And that makes me think about guys like Casey Washington, who has been a healthy scratch. He's healthy. He's just been a healthy scratch. And
Right,
if
but
that's the case, if that's happening, then they'll let you know that he's not the guy, and you have to be shopping for a wide receiver.
facts. And think about this too. Why is it that all the receivers getting disciplined? It goes back to
Bruh.
that Mike Hilliard fire. Just like I said yesterday. I said once that shit hit the fan, the whole wide receiver room will go down. And that's exactly what done happened. And just like Miss Beasley said on Twitter, she said, you called it. I said, all you gotta do is open your eyes to see what's going on. If one particular position room is frustrated, think about it, man. He's one of the best wide receiver coaches in the damn league. And you cut him because your damn offensive coordinator couldn't do his job. Make it make sense. So it let me know that Zach Roberts had something to do with that shit. Let's keep it real.
Ooh, Smitty. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just think honestly, Ike Hillard walked into Coach Morris's office and said, "Coach, I need to talk to you." And he was like, "All right, okay, what you got?" And it was more so like, "I just think you messing up. I think you messing up this job. I think it should be this way, and it's that way, and it's that way, it's this way. I know I've never been a head coach, but just leading this wide receiver room and just seeing different things, I think we should change up this or maybe try this instead." And I think it was one of those things where like, well, I'm the head coach, and we're gonna do things, in my vision and how I see it, Ike.
But
And I
see,
really feel like I challenged him.
you what you saying though? How can you
Mm-hmm.
develop players? How can you develop players when you have that mindset? How you not gonna listen to your players and what best works for them? They're the one out there making plays. If something works for them and they see it on the field, you got to listen to them. If you're gonna have that attitude that they can't tell me nothing, this is my team, that's ego. That's stubbornness. That generates losses. Why? You don't know everything. And this lets me know just why he didn't put veteran coaches around him. If he had to put veteran
Yep.
coaches around him, we would not be having this discussion. Because when he make a mistake, one of them veteran coaches gonna stick their foot in his ass and they gonna roll. So look, believe me or not, y'all won't change. Change coming. Y'all just be ready for the repercussions. That's all I'm saying. My guy
That's
Furball
it.
say B John looks fed up. Tells you fellas a lot about this coaching staff. Furball, I said that earlier. B John looks frustrated. He's one of the best players in the league. And for us to be losing like we are, yesterday, the player just said, the hell with it. No way in the hell the Falcons should have lost that game. But when you got incompetent coaches, because think about it. I said it yesterday. First 4 drives of the game, 3 and outs. 3 of those drives, 2nd and 1, 3rd and 2. But Tyler Algier is on the bench. Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense. See, when you can't get out of your own way sometimes, you overthink and you don't use logic. In those first 4 drives, they used no logic.
At all. Zero, Smitty. But my thing is, Smitty, you think about it, and it dates back to last year. And I got to bring this up because remember last year when we had that whole thing going on with Kirk Cousins and everything like that, and it was like still like the middle of the season. We still had the opportunity to win, and you have all these different situations going on, and then we don't win. We falter at the end. You know, you don't make the tough decisions to make a quarterback change. Forget the injury report, okay? What about your two eyes? Your two eyes clearly seeing that Kirk was not right. Kirk was turning the ball over. He talked about he hasn't forgotten how to play football. Nobody said that. You forgot how to win. You forgot how to execute because your body wasn't right and you wasn't being truthful about it because you already knew Michael Penix was drafted to eventually make you what you turned into briefly, which was, you know what I'm saying, a backup quarterback. You know, man, bro, it's just frustrating as a Falcons fan. Honestly, just the series of events that we have gone through in 2 years. If you just write a short story about it all, it just be unbelievable. And just the last 2 years.
Yeah, but
and I say it again. Go ahead. You. Oh, I was just about to say it. Okay.
Yeah, all thing I was gonna say was change come with price, man. That's all I'm saying. It's just that simple. Change comes with a price, just like everything else comes with a price. When you hire the wrong head coach, comes with a price. You don't put the right staff together, comes with a price. You have people dibbing and dabbing in the front office, comes with a price. And I might change the title to this damn show about it. Change. Look, see, I just be coming up with shit, man. That's how quick I think, man. That's how quick I think. If I could, I'm just talking to y'all. That's how quick I can come up with something. Jew, what's up, man? He said ego is Coach Mar's problem, and I've been saying that for God knows how long. He said hiring Zach Robinson and Jimmy Lake was a mistake. Coach Quinn understood having veteran coaches around you is important. But the thing with that, Jew, he had veteran coaches, but when he let his key coach leave, instead of using their understudies and keeping the same offense in place, he go gets his damn friend, and everything falls apart.
I'm talking about everything fell apart.
Man,
but that's the decision you make, man.
Exactly.
I said that's the decision that you make. And again, I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. If Raheem Morris, if this regime, you know what I'm saying, I mean, whether Terry will be back or not, I don't know. I still think casualty of war. But outside of that, you know, Marquise Williams, you know, Raheem Morris, Zach Robinson, if this regime is back next season, regardless, I really believe it's a slap in the face to the fan base because these guys have not produced any results. They have not. We are getting worse. We are not getting better. The locker room is getting worse. The morale is getting worse. The players are sounding like the coach. We got to find a way. Jake Matthews yesterday said that in the interview. We just got to find a way. I said, no, Jake. Sounding like this, like the head coach.
Miss Carey, I don't care who he was hollering at. He should have been hollering at Raheem before anybody. Or hollering at Zach. Because Miss Carey, I talked about that earlier about the first 4 drives. Third and short, second and short. They losing damn yards. And you mean tell me
some of that was on the offensive line.
And let's go back to last week, the week before. When it was second and short, third and short, they had 3 tight ends on the field at some points. How many times did you see that yesterday?
Not often at all. I mean, they did some, but it wasn't as much as we did before. Because again, they're feeding into the media stuff. Because again, there was changes made to the play calling again after there was something said in the media, and that has happened multiple times this year. To where it feels like you're playing in our face because we're saying, why is this not happening? Why is this not happening? And then once enough media speaks about it, all of a sudden we have it. Why is Zach Robinson now on the sideline? Why is he in the booth? Then all of a sudden, when it started becoming too much of a detriment, the noise started getting too loud, all of a sudden his behind is on the sideline. Like, stop playing in this fan base face. Stop it.
And just like Big Low said on his headline yesterday, he said, "We not fools. We not fools. We see. But since y'all want to play stupid and want to make it seem like, we just seeing shit, we gonna show y'all." And look, I'm telling you, if they keep him, Raheem Morris, next year, oh, this fan base is gonna wreak hell. That stage is gonna be empty. They're gonna be selling tickets to the damn opposing team. They're gonna seem like a road game, and they've done it before. They've done it before.
I'm sorry, it's a pimp slap to the face, to the fan base. At the end of the day, like I was talking to Big Low and Kerry and all of them this morning, and I was just like, I'm not necessarily like the guy. I try to be a positive, keep things positive in a positive space. But at the end of the day, I'm still a logical person at the end of the day. I believe that, I'm sitting in logic. And my logic has been whooping my head for the last 2 years because none of this make any sense. That what we're going through. And it won't make any sense to bring this back another season, regardless of the contract. Yes, we've talked about we think that he'd possibly be back because of the optics of it. And I do still feel that way. Falcons gonna have to show me differently. But do I want him here? No. I don't support none of this coaching staff. I support none of them. Because of the body of work that you've shown me, the reputation beforehand, and it's just like everything is all bad. You did not improve. You were 8-9 last year. We would be worse this year because I don't see 4 more wins. I could be wrong, but I don't see 4 more wins. Smitty, you said you don't even see one.
The only game I see us winning is the last game against the Saints, and hell, that ain't even promised because we know rivalry game bring out the best in any player. But Daniel Suggs, thank you for retweeting the post, my guy. Appreciate you as always. Y'all go check out Daniel Suggs at the Atlanta Voice, man. He does his thing. He talks politics, sports, and everything. So he's a jack of all trades, and he's been on the show before, so he heavily supports A1 in the sports machine. We appreciate it. Tay said,
hold on. Let me straighten this out. Yeah, I do support Obrey. So let me clean that up. Yes, I do support Obrey. But honestly, when I'm talking about the coaching staff, for me, I don't even mention Jeff Obrey because he's the only one that has been the most competent. Has he been perfect? Heck no. But he has still been confident. He has his defense humming. And that's another guy that, again, we talked about. If you get rid of Raheem, Jeff is probably gone too.
Yeah.
So it's just like almost like a darn if you do, darn if you don't situation. Something is going to have to be sacrificed. Coaches are going to have to be sacrificed.
But what did I say earlier? Change has a price. And they said this earlier, man. He was absolutely correct because I was pissed off myself. He said Raheem told D-Led, a veteran reporter here, and he's right because believe it or not, I was reading D-Led posts when I was in elementary school. That's how long he's been here. Him and Steve Weiss. I read Steve Weiss articles when it was about 2005, 6, about 20 years ago. Yeah. I was still in my 20s.
Falcon beat writer.
And when he told him he didn't like his question, go work for another team, go cover another team, that was disrespectful to the fullest. That was disrespect to the fullest to somebody that's giving their life to journalism, and then you go tell them that a man that's a staple in the Atlanta community, and you say some bullshit like that. Come on, man.
You've been in Atlanta longer than you, man. Like, come on now. Like I know everybody doesn't like D-Led, but I thought that was pretty disrespectful too because again, he's been covering this team when you were here as a coordinator, when you was here as a little position coach, but when you was interim coach, he was here. When you were gone, he was still here, and now you're back, and D-Led is still here. So regardless, to tell him that he needs to go cover another team, that's wild. I did think that was wild.
Yeah. With Raheem being so prideful, will get him fired. And that's the thing, ego, stubbornness. When was that? That might have been what? That was the first year he was here. That was like the second or third press conference. That was last year that he said that.
Remember the Rob Tribble thing too. Oh man, fans need to stop living in the past and having this war with me mentality. Like, huh? But first of all, brother man, how you got the nerve to fix your mouth to say that this fan base is going off of a woe is me when over 60 years of this franchise has been woe is me? Like, what are you talking about? We have so many situations that have repeated itself in different ways. To fix your mouth to say that, I thought that was wild.
Yeah. And I tell you another thing, and this I knew it was going to be some bullshit before he even got hired. Because let's be real. If you're a coach and you see who you want on your staff, and you see somebody on the current staff that you feel like can stay and help your team, they can stay as long as you say you want them. But he let the what was the guy we had before Jimmy Lake?
Ryan Nielsen.
Ryan Nielsen got us 42 sacks 3 years ago. Something that we had done in God knows how long. And you let him walk out the door because you want your buddy to come in and do a worse job. And you mean to tell me you thought Jimmy Lake was going to do a better job than Ryan Nielsen?
That's just pretty wild, man. That's just pretty wild again. And Ryan Nielsen, he knew it because, again, like, he knew he wasn't going to be back. He started looking for another job immediately. And it
went straight to Jacksonville.
He went straight to Jacksonville.
Miss Christie said his response, you love to get rid of the people today, right? We don't make emotional decisions. We know that. We don't talk about those things. We never do that. That's not our code. Okay, so what is your damn code? Your code is to keep listening to the same fuck ups all the time and keep making the same dumb decisions and keep making fans suffer watching the same mistakes over and over. Special team blunders. Can't convert on third down. Can't close football games. Why don't y'all have those conversations?
Why don't y'all have those conversations? And we still got the special team coach. I'm like, just make it make sense, y'all.
Yeah, A1. I mean, let's get it right. Piss poor ran organization. You think $2 hot dog gonna keep butts in seats? You crazy? We haven't the same running back since the Super Bowl, and he right. $2 hot dog not gonna keep people in seats because you can got them go to Checkers or damn Checkers and get a $2 damn hot dog. Come on, man. Let's be real. Fans get tired, man. We spend our hard-earned money to watch this bull crap. That's not our ethics. That's not who we are. That's not what we are. That's not our decision. That's not what we do today. So point blank, he just still spewing bullshit. Point blank, period. M-Dub, what's up, my guy? Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Another question. Reporter asked, what would be your approach to these last 5 games to end the season in the way you want to? Raheem said to win them. How the hell you gonna win and you keep making the same dumb mistakes with the same people on the coaching staff? And you making these players look bad more than anybody. Uncle Steve, what's up, man? Long time no see, man. He said, fella, in fairness, Nielsen left before we hired Raheem. And yeah, Chris said that because he knew he wasn't going to keep him. Yeah, he knew it. Yeah.
But that's also, but the reason why I really brought it up, though, was the fact that that's an example of what we're talking about. If you fire Raheem Morris, you possibly may lose Jeff over it because those two are tight. He brought Jeff back. So if a new coach comes in, he may not want Obert. I'm just being real. He may not. Ryan Nielsen got us 42 sacks, but yet So he moved on after, after Arthur Smith was gone. So those are just some things that you got to think about. Yeah, I mean, we know that he hasn't lived up to the head coaching job, but it's just like, dang, if you get rid of him, you may lose this guy who has had the defense humming, since, like, for the first time since really like the Grits Blitz. I wasn't around for the Grits Blitz. I didn't see that firsthand. I just seen highlights. For the fans who have seen that, they know exactly what it looks like. So they know exactly how important it is and how long ago that was.
Yeah. And think about it, man. If this offense is clicking better than it is, we would probably still be top 5 in defense. See, that's the thing. When you don't move the football, you don't put up points, and you don't make a team one-dimensional, it's consequences to that too. Because look at the first 5 games. We were top 5 in defense. He had top 3. Top against the run. No, top against the pass. And we started not being able to score points, and we went on this long losing streak, giving up 450 yards a damn game for 2-3 games in a row. That's all I need to see. That's it at its finest.
Right. Facts.
It just got to get better, man. It just got to get better. And the only way to do that, again, for the 1,000th time, this team just got to learn to be uncomfortable, man. And I don't have. I would rather go through another losing season with a new coach next year if they build it on something that's going to help us down the road.
Facts, bro.
Scott, what's up, my guy, man? Long time no see, man. Long time no see. My guy. Still cutting hair, I bet. My guy. But yeah, man, we just don't need to see no more, man. I would rather go through another losing season with a new coach that's building on something better and giving us a little bit more hope. And again, we got to go find an offensive guy. I don't know. I don't need no guru. I don't need no guy that's, next generation. Bring in somebody competent and consistent. That's all I need. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all I need. That's all I need. Yeah, I hate that rise up too. Yeah, change it, get out. I agree. I appreciate you, my guys. Always much love, much love. Dragonfly, I don't see this, man. And don't get me wrong. Deion said he's not going to coach in the NFL. I don't believe that because money talks, and we know Deion love money. But you want me to keep it real? If you want superstar players to come to Atlanta and you don't have to pay them as much as if they went to another team, Deion would be your guy because he reads culture. He's a walking billboard, and people know if they win Super Bowl under Deion's son, they'll be remembered forever. But Tay, this is one guy that I would love. And if you're going to keep Rich McKay, he knows all about John Gruden. He knows all about John Gruden.
Ooh, John Gruden.
But the reason why hold on, go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, do you think that he's going to get another head coaching job with this open case against the NFL?
Oh, he's welcome to get a new job. There are already teams calling him. But the reason why he won't come to Atlanta is because John Gruden gonna want things his way. And as y'all know, the Falcons front office don't work that way. Because as I told y'all, they gonna bring in somebody. The first question they gonna ask, can you help develop Mike Penix? Can you help this offense get over the hump? Because we have a defense in place. But see, what they're not thinking about, who's going to coach that defense. But these are stupid questions. They probably go through their mind through the process. Can you develop Mike Penix? And the reason why they're asking that question is because they don't want to say they fucked up. Ego. But if you bring the right coach in, they wouldn't give a damn. I wouldn't give a damn what he say. If he gonna win football games, I don't give a damn what he needs. Go get it. I pay for it.
Get the results. That's what we need.
I'm gonna put it like this. And we all, and you know, I always talk about food because I love to eat. That's just like you going out, getting food for dinner. You know what it takes to make it good. And you send somebody else out to get it. And they get generic ingredients that don't taste the same. That food not going to taste right to save your life. But guess what? That person that bought that food going to think it tastes the same because they not used to good food. So, look, it's just that simple. And another guy, and I'm glad Georgia Texas boy brought it up. Another name that's in there in that mix is Clint Kubiak. We did a show about a week ago talking about diversity with the offense. Who's at the top of that list? Clint Kubiak. Why? Because he understands an offense is not built around 2 players or 3 players. Our offense is a whole. You got to get everybody involved. If everybody not involved on the same page, it's just like an engine in a car. For long, it's going to backfire.
Everybody.
Mike McCarthy, good offensive mind, has won the Super Bowl. But again, from his days in Dallas, he had no control over the team, and he didn't try to get no control over the team. I need a coach to come in. They're going to tell the front office to kids, you know what? And see, Joy, that's why things got to change. You need somebody with a couple screws loose. Players, coaches, no matter who it is. You need that.
Good mix, man. Nothing wrong with the mix.
That's true, too. Yeah. Yeah, and Gary Kubiak was a strong offensive mind. And guess who offense he helped build? He helped build, Gary Kubiak helped build what Kyle Shanahan is running right now. Why? Because he was an assistant up under Kyle's father, Mike Shanahan in Denver, when all this West Coast, Mike Shanahan was probably one of the most underrated coaches of all time. Because when he finally figured it out, John Elway won 2 Super Bowls. Terrell Davis had a 2,000-yard season. And the rest is history. He passed it on to his son. He's running just the same, just like his dad did. He's gotten the 2 Super Bowls, but his ego got in the way, which is why he didn't finish those Super Bowls.
He's gotten the 3.
3, my bad, 3. Mike said the only Negro I want in Atlanta is Dion. Raheem Morris has run for every Jordan wearing black man. That's true.
Dang.
That's facts. And see, that's the thing, man. It is other African American minority coaches out there. Not only, not on African American, Latino, just minority coaches, period. And you messing it up for them. Because Brian Flores, who I think will be a damn good coach, because just like some of these other coaches in front office will ruin him too. He won 3 games his first year. No, 2 games his first year. The very next season, he increased that win total by 10 because he wanted to do things his way, and they let him do it for a little while. But when the front office ego took over, guess what? Back to being the old Miami Dolphins again. They haven't been the same since. Even when they got Tyreek Hill. I mean, they did have a winning season, 2 years ago? But they hadn't been the same for Mike McDaniel since. So, let's be real. But
crazy thing about it, crazy thing about Mike McDaniel, they may keep Mike McDaniel.
And could you blame him? Could you blame him?
I couldn't, but they already gonna fire their GM, who everybody down there in Miami was saying that's who the problem was. The GM.
Okay, so what did that tell you? When you get rid of one of the problems, everything can change. When you get rid of Rich McKay, things can change. When you get rid of Raheem Morris, things can change. And I saw somebody in the chat say earlier, let Jeff Aubrey coach the team. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But it'll be his last couple of months in Atlanta. That's the only thing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. It's like I'm almost willing to give Jeff an opportunity just so I don't have to lose him to a degree. But also I do remember the track record of Jeff Over as a coach.
Facts.
Shoot, Jeff Over, remember him and Raheem Morris were tag teaming and being interim coach when Dan Quinn was gone, and then they went with Raheem because they felt like the players responded more to Raheem than Jeff.
Right. And Mike, I said that, man. When we hired Raheem, I was pissed off. You can go back and look at my videos. I was pissed off. Well, you can't look at those no more. I had to delete them. But yeah, he wasn't ever qualified. Look at what he did and see, look, this is what a lot of people don't realize too. The reason why he didn't bring in veteran coaches. Because the veteran coaches in Tampa Bay backstabbed him. One of those guys was a guy that was here in Dirk Cutter. Backstabbed him. So when he got a new job, he got another chance. He said, I'm going to bring in the guys I want. I know that ain't going to happen again. But it backfired. Why? They first time guys, and you have a team full of young guys. That's just not a good mix. That's just like oil and water.
Not gonna mix.
Ooh, Brian, I'm trying to figure out what he's good at too. I don't know. Dre, what's up, man? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's good at either. Selling cars, writing transcripts. I don't know. Somebody tell me. I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah, man, I had to pop in right quick, man. I done went over my time. I was gonna do about 45 minutes, but shit, we had an hour and a half damn near. Because once you get the roller, man, the time started flying. That's just what it do. But yeah, man. As always, man, Chris, tell them where to find you, man.
Hey, man, Smitty, you had one right here, man. And the thing about it, this conversation could have really went on all day long. But salute to you, my brother, and everything. But yeah, A1 Forever Sports, man. That's the platform on YouTube. Please keep coming over, liking, commenting, subscribing, being a part of the A1 family. Also, the Hawks Digest as well. Atlanta Hawks, just took care of business last night against the Sixers. Jalen Johnson, career high, 41 points. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, we got us one with Jalen. But we knew that already. If you've been watching the Hawks anyway. But anyway, like I said, Hawks Digest. Yep, we was talking about it. We've talked about that for a few years now, Smitty, since I've known you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man. But yeah, also Twitter, A1 Forever, Instagram, A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok, man. We're going to hey, man, let's try to see, man. We got the preview coming up with tomorrow, so y'all make sure y'all check that out as well when we do that.
Seattle Seahawks preview, man. Make sure y'all come in and join us. Find me on see where I'm at. Like my boy Brandon said, hit the like button on the way out, man. Appreciate you, Brandon, as always, my guy. Look, find me on Twitter at FatBoySlim_21. I'm always over there blowing that thing up, man, because that's what I do. Also, catch me every day on Smitty Sports Machines as I'm giving y'all top debate topics, headline news, and live streams to get y'all thoughts and get y'all energy in the field on things. Today, appreciate you, my brother. And tomorrow night, man, 8 p.m., our special guest that we had not going to be able to make it. But shout out to my nephew, Steve A. Smith, man. He's doing his thing on YouTube, so please go check him out. But he's going to make it up to us, man, down the road. He's a very solid kid, man. Very knowledgeable guy, man. So, work calls, you got to pay bills, so you got to do what you got to do, man. But again, for my boy Chris, your boy Antoine Smith. Again, also thank y'all for the donation, man. Truly appreciate it. And again, man, y'all gonna make Christmas, perfect for me this year. But till tomorrow night at I think it's 8:00, if I'm not mistaken. We'll holler at y'all then, man. Until then, y'all please keep catching our videos. Go to Hawks Digest if you want updated Atlanta Hawks news with Chris and Walter. Stay tuned to the Sports Machine for the latest Falcons news. And I just pray Raheem gets fired soon because I'm tired of this shit. And we're gonna holler, man. Peace.